everybody. Today we're gonna have like a couples discussion. This is my boyfriend Daryl, and we're gonna be talking about committing at an early age. For all of you who don't know, me and Daryl have been together for in December it'll be 10 years. So he was 15 and I was 13 when we got in a relationship. So we pretty much been dating our whole entire lives.
Is it really your whole entire life?
It's more than half of yours.
It's more than half of yours.
It's more than half of yours too.
I was 15.
Right, you're 25. It's only 10 years.
That's not more than half.
Well, almost.
You got another 5 years to be half my life.
Shut up.
Anyway, yeah, committing longevity.
Do you think it's bad? Do you think it's good? Do you think it stopped you from doing some of the things that you would have done if you had committed?
Yeah, it did stop me.
It did.
How can I put it? I think committing long relationships early. You have to be like a long distance runner. You got to be ready for the journey. From my experience and my opinion, when you do it, you gotta have your mind set on one person, especially like talking about like 15, 13 years old. You know, hormones be jumping. You wanna do anything that's walking, basically. So,
well, for a man, because for a girl like 15, 13 years old, you don't want to do everything that's walking, actually. Because, like, you're interested in the idea of sex, but you don't want to, like, I know I didn't want to have sex at 15, 13 years old. Because, like, I always had the idea of, like, saving myself for marriage and, like, stuff like that. So, yeah. Sex was not the first thing on my mind as a 15, 13-year-old girl.
Sex was on my mind as a 15-year-old boy. That's every 15-year-old boy. If it's not video games, it's sex. So, like I was saying, you gotta be, I think you gotta be mentally and emotionally prepared for the long journey, because that shit is long. Like, committing early is like, to a certain extent, I feel like you settle for the best that you have had yet. And the only reason why I say I have had yet because you don't know what else is out there. But at that particular time, you have settled for what you feel is best at heart for you and your future. So, at that point, you have to emotionally be ready for that journey, because if you just fixated on the idea of being with somebody for a long time and it's not based on like concrete or stable feelings, emotions, a mental connection, you know, vibes, chemistry, if it's not stable on that, if it's just based on looks and sex, then that long-term goal is not going to be achieved, because you can find that anywhere else.
Right. I mean, as a girl, I think committing long-term, it was good, and then it was like bad at the same time. It was good because, like, I don't know, like, I genuinely knew after like 3 years of dating that we loved each other, you know what I'm saying, that we were in it for the long haul. But like, I don't know, like, you're just so young, you know, like, you don't have, like, how can I say it? Like, you don't have that moment to go out there and be like, I'm gonna date this guy, you know what I'm saying, and see what I like. But again, I'm different from, I would guess, every other 23-year-old in the maturity aspect. Like, I never wanted to like date around and like, because I'm so emotional too. Like I could never like date around because I get emotionally involved and I would probably end up getting hurt a lot because dudes nowadays don't really take like relationships that seriously. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of dudes get in relationships and they just want to be like, oh, well, I'm gonna see if I can get in her pants, or oh, I'm just gonna date her for her car, or you know, stuff like that. Dudes do that.
I ain't saying it.
No, because if it's you, man, it was like, what the hell are you talking about? Like dudes do that. So like I didn't want to go through that. Like I never wanted to go through that. So like I preferred longevity for me, but it might not be for everybody.
No, like I said, I think it's that route of that person. You gotta be mentally and emotionally stable. Cause like I can honestly say, from my experience, before I moved down here, I was a loose dog.
Because
then,
for all of
like,
you guys that don't know, since he's getting into that, we have dated 14 years, but
Off and on.
I would say the first 5 years have been like off and on.
Yeah, the first 5 years.
Yeah, like we dated probably
No, the
a
first
year at a
year-
time. The first year we dated for a year.
We was together.
The whole year. And then my parents separated, so my
The
mom moved
next
here.
4 years was
Yeah, and then we were
long
kind of like off and on.
distance,
Yeah.
off and on.
Long distance. Yeah. Off and on.
Sometimes you can't even say it was off and on because we kept in contact.
Right. And the feelings never went away. Like, obviously. Like, we always loved each other. And, like, when he would get a girlfriend, I would get really mad and upset. And when I would get a boyfriend, he would get really mad and run him off. So.
Yeah, so basically it was like we was both mains, whoever was there or just occupied time. So we was playing boyfriend and one number two a long time ago.
Yeah.
Before that shit even became what it is today.
Right.
Because you got niggas want to be side niggas and females want to be side hoes and
Right.
anyway, back to the commitment. When committing early, you gotta be ready for that emotional journey and ride and whatever like that. Because, like I stated before, I was a loose dog back at home, and when I came down here, like it's like certain levels of commitment that you gotta be ready to, because we still taking our trials and tribulations as we speak.
I mean, I feel like even married couples have trials and tribulations. Nobody's relationship is going to be like a cakewalk.
Yeah, that's true too, but it's like I think everything should be put on the table when you're talking long term.
When you decide that you want to be with this person long term, yeah, I think you should like sit down and talk about it and discuss like if this was to happen, and then we would do this, and then that was to happen, then we would do that. Because I'm a planner, like he's not,
I'm day to day,
and I'm a planner. Like everything has to have an A, B, C, D, E,
a
F,
week in
G.
advance expansion for her. I'm just
Yeah,
next
you
hour.
take it. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know if all females are like me, like planners, like
Yeah.
don't like to be surprised, don't like to have a plan for every action that may occur. That might just be the control freak in me. I don't know.
I think most dudes take it easy,
Yeah, I do. I feel that way. Most dudes.
but that's only because other topics get involved in the same one or intertwined, whatever. But it's like some people, they live day to day because tomorrow's not promised.
Right.
You got some people live day to day because they know they're not gonna die.
Right. Or they think they're
Or
gonna
they
die
think they
because you
not
never
gonna
know
die.
what's
'Cause
gonna
you never
happen.
know what's gonna happen.
That's
But
true.
that's all religious and stuff like that. That's another topic we talk about another time.
Right.
So yeah, I live day to day basically because I don't know what tomorrow brings. And with that being said, I try to take advantage of the time that I have in the present.
And I do think that longevity should have breaks in it. Like I know it's gonna sound kind of crazy, but with the breaks, it gives you a chance to
Analyze.
get to know yourself and get to know yourself. Because like when we would have our breaks and I would date other guys, like when I started dating Daryl was very much so in control of our relationship. Like he would choose what we do, how we did it, what we did that day on our date or whenever.
It's not like I wanted to.
because I was very submissive, because that's what I was brought up around. My mom is very submissive, so I was very submissive. But like, as I dated other guys and kind of like developed my own voice, I feel like now I'm more in charge of the relationship.
It's compromising. That's what it is, compromising.
Okay.
So yeah, we compromise. I compromise a lot more than I used to. Don't necessarily mean you're in charge. But it's compromising is what is being done. So yeah, breaks are good though.
Yeah.
I feel like breaks in long terms. I mean, I don't know. Let me take this back. Breaks is good for committed relationships that are young.
Yeah.
And by young as in age. Because I'd be damned if I'm 25 and I'm planning on living committed relationship and you talking about taking a break and we got kids and shit. You don't take breaks
Right.
from family, you know. As a kid, you know, between the ages, I don't know, like, you know, I think it's kind of rare for a teenage couple to be like, I want to be with you for the rest of my life. I think that's rare, but if...
Yeah, because we didn't start our relationship out like that. Like, when we first met each other, we were friends at first, and then, like...
Not friends, we was associates.
Yeah, we were associates, because I didn't really know him, he didn't really know me. We kind of met during the summer.
Yeah.
And, like...
I got around.
Yeah, he did. At my school, he got around. So he pretty much ran through my class, and everybody was like,
I didn't run through the
yes,
class.
He did. He pretty much ran through the class.
It was the select few.
He pretty much ran through the class.
It was a select few.
Okay, whatever. And when we started dating, people was like, you know, don't trust him. You know, he ain't no good. You just the next girl in that line. And I was a virgin, so I was like, okay, you know, you listen to other females that are more experienced than you. So I didn't really trust it. I didn't really rely on it. I gave it a 3-month span at the very most.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure he probably felt the same way.
Yeah, I was waiting on the next.
Yeah, and it's just, like, we just developed feelings for each other. We was with each other, like, every day in. And then, like, once we started dating and my parents found out that we were, you know, dating. Yeah, they start, like, at first they weren't really happy with it. Like, it took them a while, not a while, but it took my mom some encouraging to my father to let him, you know, let me date Daryl. And after that, they kind of just like, they kind of just like started like letting us go on supervised dates and stuff.
What,
chaperone. No, my parents would double date with us.
That's what that was?
Yeah.
They did it like a couple times.
My
birthday was out by myself.
Yeah, my dad was not happy with that.
We went out a couple times by ourselves, right?
As the relationship got older.
I was over her house a lot.
Yeah, because my parents did not. I guess like they felt better with us dating in home, which is a no-no. Like, any parents out there that got teenage kids,
it's the way you do it. It's the way you do it.
Okay, well, I feel like any parents out there who have teenage kids, like, don't get comfortable enough with your child's boyfriend to leave them unattended, because things are bound to happen.
Unattended visits.
Yes, we were very blessed not to have a teenage child.
And yeah, what she said. Yeah, back to commitment. Gotta keep on track. What else you want to add on that? You know, we spoke on break.
I just feel like before you and your partner commit long-term longevity, for all my teenage viewers, like, talk about it. Talk about it.
Mm-hmm. That's cursing.
Talk about it with your teenage partner before y'all become long-term, because you want to make sure that if you're going to be emotionally involved in this relationship long term, that they're right there along the side with you.
I don't think you should talk about it with no dude.
Yeah, it might run him off. It might.
It might, no. It will run him off. You talking
But-
15 years old, this boy, he trying to stick it in everything.
But I mean, I guess it's, I don't know.
No, to
Yeah,
to teenage viewers, take it one day at a time. You never know what tomorrow may bring you. Always be prepared for a heartache. Always be prepared for good times. Just take it one day at a time. That's the best advice you can give somebody. Because if you would have said here, if you would have planned this thing out and it exceeds your expectation, what did you do next?
What you mean?
You said, we both said 3 months.
Right.
Almost 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do tomorrow?
Well, I don't know. After like about
You cannot plan a relationship.
I don't know. I was dedicated.
You cannot plan love. You can be
I was
dedicated.
dedicated.
You can be dedicated, but you can't plan a relationship. It don't work. You want to sit here. You want to listen here. This is what we got. Listen, we gonna be dating for 3 months, and you talking about this is what we finna do.
No, I'm saying like once they feel like they're gonna be with this person for a long time,
Even
like
if you
after a year, then you feel like this is it.
Nope.
No.
Nope. I ain't felt like that till I moved down here.
So why didn't you let me go? Like after we took our break.
Because the reason why I did not let you go is because I wanted to be with you.
Okay, so you felt like that was it.
It's not that I felt like that was it. That's just what I wanted. I'm not feeling like I'm not. I don't. We're not gonna put a expiration date on nothing.
Right, but what I'm saying is like if you just felt like, well, you taking it one day at a time, and you know you're not really sure.
Like,
so why didn't you let me go when we?
Because I wanted you. It's not like I'm saying that this is it. What I'm saying is, I don't know what tomorrow brings, but I know I want to spend it with you. Mm-hmm. Not necessarily saying I'm playing for the future because I know what, like tomorrow might, something tragic can happen, just fuck us all up.
Mm-hmm.
But as of now, I want to be with you. Tomorrow, I want to be with you. The day after that, I want to be with you. And that's just how it is. Like, you never know what can happen. It's been occasion. People just jump up and be like, fuck it. I don't want nothing. Take their clothes off, go run down the street. They crazy now.
Where the hell you get that from?
It happens. I'm just saying, like, people go through mental issues. Like, you never know what can happen next. So all I'm saying is, like, if you love somebody, you be with that person. You take it a day at a time, because I feel like if you plan like 2 years in front of you, you'll be very heartbroken because the shit just don't work.
But then again, it always calls back to having a backup plan.
A backup plan? Are you talking about the side B? Side 2?
No, I'm just saying like
the backup plan?
The backup plan is like, okay, hypothetically speaking, if we weren't to work out, then of course I would be heartbroken, but this is how I'm gonna get myself back on track. This is how, this is what I'll do next.
I don't know what y'all gonna get from this video. But like I was saying, don't plan. Take it a day at a time.
I say plan because I don't like taking things a day at a time. Like I don't like waking up next morning and seeing what they.
I think for females, if she speaks for females, I think that's y'all downfall. That's the reason why y'all be so dang heartbroken, because y'all playing out y'all whole lives the moment a nigga stick his penis in you.
No, not necessarily, because no.
Oh my gosh, he took my virginity. I thought he was the one. And now he's gone off, messing around with Sally. And now you no longer virgin. Because you planned it out.
Well, ain't nobody telling you to let them don't prematurely have sex. Like, if you're not comfortable, if you're not ready, if you don't think that this guy will be the one, don't let him talk you into it. Don't listen to what he say. Like, you gotta know in your heart that this is what you want to do. And then you gotta know that if things did not work out how you planned, that you'll be able to move on past this. That you'll look back at the situation and be like, well, I don't regret giving my virginity to him, because at the time I felt like that's what I should have done. Don't Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, don't do that. Don't think because you lay down with a guy and you give him your all that he's gonna respect that and be with you. Always put yourself first. How it's gonna affect you first. Don't never let his emotions or his feelings make the decision for you.
And to add to that, if you can find you somebody who's strong enough and who's willing to sit there and wait, you know.
Wait it out.
Wait it out. You wait it out. You know.
I agree. Wait it out because, like, when you a virgin, that is your prized possession. I promise you it is. And, like, ain't nothing wrong with being 23, 24, 25 and still a virgin. There's nothing wrong with that. Because you haven't ran across that person that you think deserve it yet. And there's nothing wrong with that. So don't don't give it to the first boy that knock on the door.
Yeah, but also be prepared to be single for quite some time because
a lot of boys are chasing that. A lot of boys that's 20, 23, 21, 19, 18, 17, 15, that's what they want. They want sex. Like they need sex.
Yeah, we need sex.
Like, don't be sad if, you know, you fall in love with Jimmy and Jimmy run off because you won't give him none. That just means Jimmy wasn't special enough to get what you got.
It's not that he wasn't special
enough.
Yes? No, it's not. Because, look, you know, we can go back on honest. Let's say you didn't. Who's to say that, you know, I would still be with you?
Okay.
I'm just saying, like, sex... As far as women, I feel like everybody knows sex is like women control that shit. Like, you got it between your legs. I want what you have. Give it to me now. You say no, okay. If I take it, it's rape. You know, I don't want to go to jail. Not over no sex. You know, you go pay for it, and everything is all good.
Pay for it?
Yeah, you can go pay for it.
Like, what the hell?
I'm just saying, like, you know, women at certain points of the relationship, women has the most power.
Yeah.
So if you holding your precious jewel tight, you know, you want to give it to the first person for the first time, you know, you want that whole situation to be what you want it to be. You just
don't rush it either.
Yeah,
like,
don't rush it. But
like, me and him were together for almost a year before we had intercourse, and like,
just cut me off.
Yeah, I did.
Why?
Because I feel like I have something to say before I forget it.
Okay.
But like, we were together for almost a year before we had intercourse, and it, like, the first time we had sex, it wasn't the first time he asked for it. Like,
yeah, I asked plenty of times.
Right. I felt like when I was ready, and I felt like,
was you ready that day?
Was I ready that day? Yeah and no. Yeah, because, like, that's another thing I'm finna touch bases with. Like, if you got girls in your clique and your surroundings and your group in your school that you hang with, and they've already lost their virginities and they yapping and they talking and, you know, basically kind of like picking on you because you ain't lost your virginity, don't fall for it. Like, that was me. I went to a school with a whole bunch of girls who had already been having sex and I was not having sex, and like, the curiosity built up in me, so I wanted to know, like,
what it
felt like why it was such a, like, hot commodity, so why everybody wanted to do it. I was kind of curious, but I wasn't curious enough to just go sleep with the next dude running around on the streets. Like, it had to be somebody special. And because I was raised up in a Christian home, I was taught to save myself for marriage, which I did not do. But
plenty getting married though.
Yeah, we do. But I'm just saying, like, every girl ain't as lucky as I am.
Yeah, you the lucky one.
Yeah. Like, every girl ain't as lucky to, like, make that decision and just know that when that nigga tell you, because I'm gonna marry you, that's why.
Yeah, I had used a line before in the hood.
That you do it. That don't necessarily.
Married.
That don't mean that y'all really gonna get married. Like, really think about it. Really know down in your heart that that's where you want to get your virginity up to. Yeah. And just because you give your virginity up does not mean y'all gonna be together. Does not mean y'all gonna have a longevity relationship.
Yeah, but back what I was saying before you did interrupt me. Well, you know, women keeping their virginity, keep it tight. They basically like kind of like hold the reins on the relationship.
Mm-hmm.
You know, At the same time, don't want to hold too tight.
Well, then if he can't wait to,
It ain't, but it's not about
Yes, it
waiting
is.
because like sex is it's a mutual agreement. Like we both have to be ready. Like that dude that you've been praying for is asking for you to give it to him, and you don't, and now he's gone, and you don't miss your chance because all he wanted was a little booty.
but if it's her virginity, that's something special. And if she's not ready to give it to him, and if he can't wait, then he's not special enough to get it.
See, never can agree on anything.
That's just how I feel. Like that's
Yeah,
what I'm
I'm
gonna
saying,
tell my daughter. Like if
I will tell her that too. You know, I want my baby to never give it up, ever.
no, I want her.
I
to,
wish she could have.
I want her to like. Let's be realistic here. Like I want her to make the right decision. I want her to feel comfortable when she decides that she wants to do this. It's because she wants to do it, not because she feels pressured into it, not because she feels like she needs to keep her man, not because.
Yeah, but
Yeah, it's because she's made a decision that she feels comfortable enough to give this guy her body.
okay, I understand all of that. But at the same
So you
time,
telling me if Michelle came to you and was like, Daddy, you know, I've been wanting somebody like this in my life for forever. He finally came along. We've been dating for a few months now, and he's asking for my virginity. You gonna tell him? You gonna tell her to give it to him?
no.
Right. So you can't say that. You can't
It's
say
not-
that.
No,
You gotta tell her.
see,
You
what
gotta
I'm
tell
trying to
her
say
that
to you
if-
feel that it's time.
Right,
Yeah,
if
I
she
understand
says
that.
no, then you tell her to tell him no, and if he wants to leave her, then you tell her that he wasn't right for you. That means that he wasn't willing to wait for you. That means that
That's
he was
what you
not
tell.
the guy for
That's
you.
what you tell the girl, your daughter, to make her feel good, like she ain't made the wrong decision. But at the end of the day, even if you be like, okay, you're not good enough for it. You know, I'm not gonna give it to you. That could have been the one that you wanted.
It's
But I think
efficiency.
that it also goes back to the whole thing. If it's really meant to be, it'll happen.
Exactly. Because if it's really meant to be, she'll have that mutual feeling.
No, as if like if it's really meant to be that you lead this man and eventually he'll come back around for a second trial.
Mm.
Hopefully by then you ain't gave it up to nobody else.
Because we did break up before.
Yeah, we broke up before we did.
Um,
Broke up a couple times before we did it actually.
mm,
Then after we did it, we kept breaking up and getting back together.
mm.
It was very messy.
You was messy.
I was very messy.
You were a whore.
I was a dog. I'm a dog. I'm a dog. I'm a dog.
That's not something to be proud of. Asshole.
But yeah,
And then he didn't even allow me to like have other boyfriends within the school. He would run them off. Like if he saw dudes trying to do stuff for me, cause he was a bully, like a straight bully. So like if he saw other boys trying to do stuff for me or try to get close to me, like as soon as they see him, they fucking run.
it's not that I was a bully.
You was a bully.
I was territorial.
You were a freaking bully.
I was territorial.
You were a bully.
You not finna to do anything for my girl. I don't care for that.
We weren't even together. So you see what I'm saying?
It's like
you
it's
see what I'm
like
saying?
it's
You see what I'm
like
saying?
when you have something. Speaking for men or people in general, when you have something and you be like, "Yo, I'm tired of it," or I'm not tired of it, but that over there look nice. Let me sit this right here for a second. I'm in.
But you could have very well lost me.
See, that's why I said sit you right here.
I'm not sure I have be sitting anywhere.
I'm not saying you probably, but like I have throughout our whole relationship, like I would.
And that whole mentality, almost we were like very close to losing me.
Okay, if I would have lost you, I would have lost you. I would have dealt with it, but you know that's not gonna stop me from pursuing it. Back to what I was saying. You know, I'm not saying you take this and you run with it, but it's like sometimes this is where breaks come into play. I think you want to make this like how you say known, let it be known that you want to take a break and why you want to take a break. It gets to a point in a long-term committed relationship where I feel like
in early years.
In early years,
Because we don't feel that way anymore.
Not no more. In early years, I feel like it's healthy from experience. I feel like it's healthy for you to take a break for you to at least evaluate what else is out there and is this really what you want it to be. Because what ended up happening, I feel like this possibly could have happened. That's why I took breaks. And I can always say this, and it's true. I never cheated on her. But in the breaks, you are able to go out there and experience another companion for that time being, whether it's a week to 2-3 months. And while you're doing that, you can analyze exactly what you want in a relationship. Like, I've done it plenty of times. When I go out here, I'll be like, you know what? I don't think I like you. You're crazy. I want my old thing back. Then I go back out here again. I'll be like, you know what? You're lazy. I want my old thing back. Go to another one. You can't cook. I want my old thing back. You know, all the things that I put in my perfect woman, what I wanted in a relationship, what I wanted in a companion for a lifetime, and none of them ever had it. So, you know, early breaks in a long-term relationship is healthy because it gives you the chance. Because if you don't, what you do, you end up cheating on your significant other. You don't want to be a cheater. Who wants to be a cheater? That's nasty. You know, at least when you take a break, it gives you time. Okay, listen here, we not having sex from this point on, or you know.
That's a lie because when you were in your relationships, we did have sex.
I wasn't having sex with them, so it's not a good thing. I cheated on my side piece. Gosh, it's not a good thing, but it's just something out there, you know, to think about because, like I said, you don't want to cheat on nobody. You know, it's like the most degrading thing you can do to the other person. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, it's very healthy because it gives you the chance. Like even if like that little time frame, it gives you a chance to grow as a person. Like, you know what? I don't want that. Like, I used to want the girl who was able to dress down, not necessarily dress down, but you know,
be less girly because I'm very girly.
Yeah, you know, put on some sneakers and some gym shorts, and you know, she wore gym shorts with flip flops. You know, I used to want that type of girl, but
and they not my gym shorts; they're his gym shorts.
Yeah, and it's like, excuse me, but I'm not attracted to that no more. It's not that I'm not attracted to it no more. It's just that's not what I want. I want her. She's everything that I want now, and that's all due to breaks that I had in our relationship.
And girls, don't be like, don't hold back from insinuating a break. Like, guys aren't the only ones that can insinuate a break.
Yeah, girls can do it too.
Like, if you feel like you need to go out there because you want to try something different, then go right ahead. Like, I feel like there's nothing wrong with dibbling and dabbling. Like, there's nothing wrong with seeing what's out there because, like, during our breaks, they benefited me too as well. Like, he just didn't get to, you know, see what kind of girls he may have wanted. I also got to experiment with other guys that I may have thought I was interested in, and yeah. But don't be devastated. Again, like, don't be devastated if you come back and the other person not willing to meet you halfway. Mm-hmm. Like, don't be mad if you take a break and then you be like, well, this ain't what I want. I want my old thing back, and your old thing, like, I don't want you back. Like, that's also the risk that come along with insinuating a break.
Yeah, because basically you take their break. It's like, listen here, I think it's somebody else out here, and I want to give him a shot. Because I know you're going to be here, but if you're not here, I understand because that means
you found something better for you.
Yeah. That's basically what it is. It's like, it's a partial baton handoff. Like, I think I want to give this to you. But let me just hold on for a quick second. Mm-hmm. Let's see what's going on over here real quick. Like, and you don't like it, go back home. And that's just what it is. It's a good. I think it's a good growing exercise for couples
who want to be in long-term relationship.
Because like you You gotta get through those.
Especially young couples, like teenage couples.
Yeah, teenage couples. I would say I promote. I wouldn't say I proudly promote it, but I would advise young teenagers take breaks. Not
take breaks and communicate. Like let the other person know like how you feel about certain situations. Don't be submissive. Like I kind of regret that in the beginning of a relationship being so submissive because
now.
I'm not as only in certain aspects. What the hell am I submissive about?
You do the same thing. You just don't do as much.
Like what?
You still cook for me.
No, I'm not saying like don't be like a woman. I'm saying like don't be submissive. Don't be to the point where you would do something that you don't like because
you don't got a brain no more.
Right, or don't do something that you don't like or don't agree with because it's gonna make your man happy. Like you gotta be happy too. You know what I'm saying? So like if you feel like you don't want to do this or you don't want to go there or you don't want to eat that, don't fucking do it. Like just don't do it because you gotta keep yourself happy because you'll end up losing yourself. You'll end up becoming what he wants you to become because you don't have an opinion, you don't have a voice, you don't have anything anymore. And like that ruins relationships because you end up being unhappy and you end up searching for yourself, and then when you find yourself you might not be what he wants.
How the hell you not be what I want if you just did everything I want you to do?
Because like I'm doing it and I'm not doing it because I want to do it, I'm doing it because that's what you want of me. Because I want to make you happy. Instead of looking at like you need to make yourself happy too.
I guess because I never heard of a man not happy with something that he created.
No, but I'm saying, but once she finds herself and she starts doing things that make her happy or doing it the way she want to do it, he may not like that.
No, he's not gonna like it.
So then they end up breaking up.
Why the hell you trying to find yourself when I just made you?
Because that might not be what they want. Like.
So you trying to tell me? So you trying to tell me you just sat here, right? Mm-hmm. While I just created you, mm-hmm. You just had an epiphany while you were asleep or something. You just changed your ways instantly.
No, because your man is not your total life. Like, you may have your girlfriends that are around your age and they doing shit, and you be like, I want to do that too. And your man may not want you to do that. Or I wanna hang out like a 22-year-old too. Or I wanna go and have different boyfriends every day of the week, like other girls my age too. And of course, it's not gonna make your man happy. What you looking at? I'm just saying, like, make yourself happy too. Don't be so submissive to the point where you're no longer happy because you're trying to satisfy him.
How long this video been going for?
I don't know, but I guess we're gonna wrap it up because this is like a kind of ongoing, continuous discussion. We're gonna try the discussions at least once a week. Once a week. I can't tell you what days they'll be uploaded, but just, stay around, check around for that. But I hope you got something out of this discussion.
I think key points for this discussion is long-term relationships.
They can work. You can be young. Do take breaks.
Very often when
know yourself
in young long-term relationships.
Mm-hmm. Know yourself.
Both sexes. And
don't expect nothing.
And commitment is what it is. Basically, you gotta commit to it.
And it takes both parties to commit. And as long as you and your significant other want to commit, it will work. Like as long as you're willing to work through whatever trials and tribulations may come your way, it will work.
Oh yeah. Last point to men. When you say that you're going to be in a committed relationship, you are not only in a monogamous relationship, you are at that point verbally married. I have to say that. You are at that point verbally in a marriage agreement. Mm-hmm. Not saying that, you break up, she get half your shit. No, what I'm saying is that whatever that she expects out of her husband, you are at that point supposed to be doing that job. Mm-hmm. Don't for 1 second think, I'm in a long-term relationship, I can still go to the club. No, you cannot go to the club.
Unless y'all go together,
yes, together.
Like it's a couple thing.
Any outing for the most part, are going to be couple outings.
Or like some
Unless-
couples don't mind having like girls' night and guys'
Yeah,
night, but that's
that's
between y'all. You know,
that's
we
between
personally
y'all.
don't do that.
But at that point, you are
A married couple,
when you're seeking long-term relationships.
right? Unless you just get to the point where you feel like you don't want to be in that no more.
Yeah. But it was like the midlife of your committed relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And I know I usually say, I'm just say this at the end. You know, I feel like when you say I'm in a long-term relationship, that means you're shooting for 10 years plus.
That you're working towards marriage.
Working towards marriage 10 years plus. You know, because the only reason I say that because you know my parents, their situation.
What?
My dad and still on them.
What about him?
They was together for like 16 years.
Mm-hmm.
They was damn near married.
Mm-hmm.
They had the roughest divorce ever. She dropped him off from Minnesota.
I remember.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I say 10 years plus is a long-term relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think that's the goal that you shoot for. I mean, who don't want to be together for like a whole decade? You know, 10 years plus, because five years, it's kind of short. A lot can happen in 5 years, but not as much as 10.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot for 10 years if that's what you want.
I mean, shoot for it forever.
You shoot
really.
for forever, but like you would know, like you can't. I feel like you can't be like, well, my last long relationship. No, that wasn't your last long relationship. That was your longest relationship.
Mm-hmm.
You know, my last long relationship at this point is like, I mean, months and years.
9 months and what?
It ain't not. Is it 9 months? Wait,
Yeah, it's like
it's October.
9 years and
9 years and
10 months.
and some days.
and counting.
And counting. So, you know, when you get that 10-year mark, that's when you know for sure you're at a long-term relationship. You know, that's just my
But
opinion.
do let us know what you think about our discussions. Let us know if you like them. You know, any comments, any ideas for the next discussion. You know, shoot them below.
Shoot them below.
And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Like, subscribe, comment, share. Share.
Not on Facebook.
Share. Share on Facebook. Share, thumbs up, comment, all that.
All right, guys. Until next time.
Deuces.
Bye.